All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat 1 here at Lernerville. Pat Boyce and Cale Bixler have the front row. Kelly Wheeler and Mayor Bixler on the second row. Pops Moore and Scott Zanacker round out the field for heat number 1. Let's hope none of the drivers have to come off pit road under green flag conditions. I've seen that cause chaos. You can see just how big that drop-off is. The exit of turn 4 and the exit of pit road right there together does occasionally cause chaos, so let's hope everybody manages to stay on track and undamaged all night. Pace car is in. Here we go. Heat number 1. Green flag is in the air. They are underway. Already side by side. Oh, we've got one going way wide. That was Mayor Bixler. Trying to get a view from inside Bixler's car, but not in time. Side by side for the lead, Pat Boyce and Cale Bixler. Boyce pulls out ahead, Pops Moore now up into third. Scott Zanacker in fourth as Pat Boyce is going to pit road. Mayor Bixler now up into fifth. Whoa, we've got one way wide back behind. It is Cale Bixler has slipped back into fourth. A wild, wild start to the night here. Bill, that's exactly what happened to me. I thought I was wrong, but it turns out I was mistaken. Only guys our age would get that joke, you know it? White flag flies for heat number 1. Kelly Wheeler has the lead, but Pops Moore now into second place. And out of turn 4, Kelly Wheeler will win heat 1. Pops Moore coming home in second. Scott Zanacker finishes in third. On to heat number 2, Terry Landis and John Rayner will have the front row. Greg Boydell and Armando Melgoza on the second row. Yes, my name is in there. There's apparently since the last iRacing update, I wasn't able to join as a spectator. We'll be working on that throughout the night, trying to find a workaround. But until then, unfortunately, my name goes on the list. All the drivers getting stacked up, ready to go. At least they ended up giving me number 1. Everybody is ready to go. They're about to roll off pit road once again for heat 2. Man, everybody catching air. Even the pace car caught a little air coming out. Terry Landis and Armando Melgoza will have the front row. John Rayner, Greg Boydell on the second. And here we go. Green flag is, whoa! A bit of a checkup up front. A false start for a couple of drivers. And Melgoza has a big problem right off the start, but he gets going again. Meanwhile, Terry Landis slides it by on the high side to take the lead. John Rayner still back there in second. Boydell right there with them in third. Boydell trying to cut down to the inside underneath. Side by side out of turn two. Boydell inches up into second place, while Landis sets the fastest lap so far, pulls away with 3 to go. And then Boydell just set the fastest lap as he tries to close the gap. Boydell using that middle line for the moment, and man, is it working. He is right to the back bumper on Landis. Melgoza has had a problem and going to pit road, as we've got a battle for the lead out of 4 white flag flies. Landis on the high side, Boydell in the middle. Down the back straightaway, it's gonna be close. Through 3 and 4, Boydell slides up, he may pull it off. Boydell gets the win in Heat 2. And man, what a battle Heat 2 was. The drivers have a few minutes to get their warm-up in. Last chance to find some speed here. We saw an epic battle in Heat 2 and a lot of excitement in the Heat 1. As drivers begin to roll off pit road, here comes Armando. Scott Zanacker out on track. Cale Bixler on track. Pops Moore coming out. Mayor Bixler also out on track. Greg Boydell is on track. Terry Landis, you know he's going to be looking for just a hair more speed. Might even see him trying that middle line that he just got beat with. Man, as exciting as those 2 heats were, this feature likely going to be an awesome, epic race. As always, if you have a favorite driver, don't forget to drop into the comments and talk to us, guys. We love hearing from you guys at home. And normally during the week, because we have so many races, we have shorts coming out days after the race. But due to the fact that Sunday was Easter, so Sunday and Monday we didn't have any races, we'll be working on the shorts later tonight. You'll see some come out tonight and most of them tomorrow for these races. Greg Boydell currently the fastest out there, still working that middle line. One car off track back behind. Looks like it was Mayor Bixler. Terry Landis looks like he had a problem on the front stretches. Warm-up comes to a close. It's time to go racing at Lernerville. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The feature from Lernerville. Kelly Wheeler and Greg Boydell have the front row. Pops Moore, Terry Landis on the second row. Scott Zanacker and John Rayner on the third row. Cale Bixler and Armando Melgoza on the fourth row. Mayor Bixler and Pat Boyce rounding out the field. Everybody getting stacked up, gridded up, ready to go. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is just the first of 3 races here tonight. As immediately following this, we'll go to Talladega to see the trucks do battle. And finish out the night at Phoenix with the Xfinity cars. Everybody out on track, getting stacked up for the start of this one. Track already slicking off into a few spots. These bigger and heavier cars, they will slick a track off faster than the sprints we saw last week. As here we go, pace car dives to pit road. Boydell and Wheeler out front. Green flag flies at Lernerville. Into turn 1 and 2. Everybody on the throttle down the back straightaway, still battling for the lead. And they may make it 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Terry Landis right behind him fourth as Scott Zanacker trying to fight his way forward. As Zanacker slides back into third as Boydell has the lead at the moment. Mayor Bixler back behind, battling with John Rayner. Pops Moore back in 8th. A rough start for Pops. But don't count him out of this one yet. Meanwhile, Boydell is pulling away from Wheeler. Zanacker in third, down to the bottom. Man, he hit that inside hard. Left sides were up out of the dirt for a minute. Cale Bixler trying to make a run up on the high side on Landis. Didn't have the momentum. Out of turn 2. A little squirrely, didn't get out of turn 4 like he had hoped. Meanwhile, Pops Moore back up battling for 6th place. Boydell's lead just about a half a second over Wheeler for the moment. Zanacker in 3rd, Landis in 4th, Cale Bixler in 5th, Pops Moore in 6th. Mayor Bixler a little wide in 7th. Melgoza back in 8th. Rayner in 9th. Boyce in 10th for the moment. Boydell still making that middle line work better than anybody else. Zanacker, oh! Landis way off track, but he keeps his foot in it. He's back on track. Almost back on track. He makes it, but out of turn 4, some chaos. Melgoza's around out of 4, no caution. Melgoza has towed it to pit road. See what happened with Armando. Armando went a bit wide on the back stretch as well. Oh, just did not get back on track very smoothly, and Mayor Bixler and John Rayner have had a problem. There they are coming down the back straightaway. Heavy contact into turn 3. Holy cow, what a mess. Looking down from the blimp at this one. Guys went to the high side, got sent to the outside. The car to the bottom, the only one that came out of that unscathed. Greg Boydell in the lead, now into lap traffic. Kelly Wheeler still in second, but losing ground. Zanacker back in third. Cal Bixler and Pops Moore getting together on the front stretch. Pops now up into fourth place as he continues inching forward, but does he have enough time to get to the podium? Bixler now in fifth, Landis back in sixth, Pat Boyce in seventh, Mayor Bixler in eighth, John Rayner off track in ninth, and it looks like Rayner is taking it to pit road. Hey, good evening, Russell. How are you, buddy? Seven laps to go at Lernerville, and Boydell has led all of them so far. As Mayor Bixler has had a problem, he is going to pit road. See what happened to Bixler here, coming through 1 and 2. Oh! Off the top and down the hill. Dialing up Bixler's in-car camera so you guys can see that view down below. There you see him. He goes over, spins it down the hill, and didn't give us a view of the boats. And the caution is out for the first time. Looks like Terry Landis may have been involved. Let's take a look at the replay. There's Landis going through 3 and 4, just on the, oh, he smacks the wall really hard right in front of the leaders, does a 360, does manage to get it rolling again. Greg Boydell out front has led every lap so far, but now he's going to have everybody bunched back up. John Rayner and Mayor Bixler both back out on track as the lights go out on the pace car. Definitely been an eventful race so far, but what do the last 5 laps have to show us as the pace car hits pit road? Boydell in control, single file restart. Green flag back in the air. Wheeler staying right on his bumper. Several drivers shoot to the high side, trying to carry that momentum right on the edge. 3 laps to go at Lernerville. A battle for second. Zanacker underneath Wheeler. Side by side, Wheeler has the momentum out of 2, and Pops has a run up top. 2 to go, and Boydell still holds on to the lead. Cale Bixler has had a problem. He is going to pit road. Another car off the back. I believe it was Mayor Bixler as we get the white flag one more time around. Boydell out front over Wheeler. Pops Moore battling with Terry Landis for third. And Greg Boydell will get the win at Lernerville. Kelly Wheeler brings it home in second. Terry Landis in third. Let's take a look at those 2 late race incidents. There's Cale Bixler. We know had an issue, went to pit road. He is right on the edge. Ow, a hard hit into the outside wall at a 4. And right on the last lap, Mayor Bixler a little bit wide out of turn 2. He heads down the hill as well and into the catch fence. Greg Boydell brings his car to victory lane. And let's get a word with our top 3, starting with Terry Landis. Terry, that was a very wild and eventful race.
It was. Oh, my goodness.
I'm guessing you guys enjoyed the heck out of it because there was a lot of battling going on there. Everybody was side by side with somebody, and I saw everybody having to change lanes at some point just to have enough clear track to make moves.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I drove off the track. I think it was going down the backstretch, and I just get my foot in it, and I come out and surprised. I come out turn 4 onto the track, and so I surprised Pat and Jr. I might have got into him a little bit. Sorry about that, guys.
It was definitely interesting when you came back on the track. Things got very, very tight, but man, great job keeping your foot in it and managing to bring it home third after that incident.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm sorry for them guys up front that were battling a little too hard. You know, there's always next race, but it is what it is. And I'll bring it home in third, and I'll take it.
Well, man, congratulations. Is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, sure. Maurer Farm Management, because without them we wouldn't be here. And you for putting it on. You do a heck of a job. And also C2C, the place to race. They're all the admins behind the scenes. And Kreitzel Track Parts. Guys back KSR, Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. Use the word cart in the checkout and you'll get 15% off. Yoo-hoo and my wife Judy.
Great job tonight, man.
Thanks, Doug.
Terry Landis comes home in third. Kelly Wheeler coming home in second. Kelly, that was a very hard-fought second. And I know you were giving it everything you could, especially on that last restart, to try and get around Greg, and then you had everybody trying to get around you. Hey, Kelly, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, you had an eventful race, that was for sure.
Yeah, it was hard fought. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing with Greg. Only way I was going to do anything with him if he messed up.
Well, you definitely you tried to make the move after that last restart, but everybody started coming up on the high side on you, and you just couldn't get the space and the run you needed out of the turn.
Right, yeah, it was a tough battle. But, hey, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I like competition like that.
Well, man, it was definitely a great battle. Is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank my wife. I got to thank Full Throttle Motorsports guys for letting me hang out with them. DNS Side and Remodeling, Ingersoll Rand. Got to give a shout out to C2C for giving us a place to race, and I got to give you a shout out for doing your broadcasting.
Well, great job tonight. Great battle, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
And finally, our winner, Greg Boydell.
You too.
Greg, I have to say, you took off, and that was all she wrote.
Thanks, Doug.
I wondered if anybody would have something for you once you got that one caution, but everybody packed back up. You took off again, and they started battling behind you, and it was just smooth sailing from there.
Yeah, I kept waiting for either Terry or Kelly to go up top and go by me, but I guess the top really never came around like it usually does.
I have to say, I noticed it in the heat. That middle line was just the dominant place to be tonight. You definitely made it work, and like you said, the top never came in, and nobody could get the run out of the bottom to close that gap.
Yeah. I mean, I in the heat, I stuck to the middle, and it was working great. So I was thinking of going up top in 3 and 4, but even that was a bit of a struggle in the warm up. So I thought, well, I'll just stick to what worked.
Well, it worked perfectly. That was a pretty dominant win tonight, man. Congratulations. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, we want to thank Moyer Farm Management and the Masked Avenger, who's looking after the truck race next, and the folks at Ohsweken Speedway. And yeah, that's about covers it, Doug.
Well, great job, man. Great win. It was a dominant performance. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it. And thank you again for hanging in with us.
My pleasure, buddy. Greg Boydell pulls off the win, but can he do it again? We're going to Talladega. Folks, don't go anywhere. We've still got more racing to come as we go to Talladega with the trucks here in just a moment. Stick around, everybody.